the world needs gym if you have a garden? You know? Seriously, all this weightlifting. Whew, okay. But we have to be careful. We gardeners have to be careful about our backs. So I can get so excited about spring coming and all the sun and birds and happy breezes that I can forget about my back. So I have to remember that. So what's happening today in this wonderful space? First of all, I trimmed all my apple trees. So I have a lot of interesting, exciting sticks for future projects. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with them, so they're going to sit here for several days. But today I'm going to premix my own potting soil. I just went to Home Depot, bought all this stuff. I bought cow manure, aged potting mix, and I have my own garden soil. And I'm going to refill all these potting containers and start the spring going, you know, on my back patio. Very exciting. Oh. Okay. And you know what? A lot of gardeners have their favorite mix, which they put in their pots. And some people just use this, the potting mix, straight Miracle Grow from Home Depot. I like to recycle that potting mix a little bit. So what I do at the end of winter, I used to plant into the glazed pots, terracotta pots, which wouldn't survive winter. So I had to get that soil out. And I have a space on the side of my garden where I just keep that soil in big pile. And then next year I bring it in again. I pre-mix it and put it back into the pots. I got tired of doing it, so this year I invested into solid plastic pots. They're going to serve me for a long time over winter, and I don't need to play that game of putting soil in and out. So what I like to do, my way of mixing a potting mix would be equal amounts of potting mix, Miracle Grow, then cow manure. I sometimes like to add compost, but I'm out of compost this year. I used a lot of compost last year, and I checked my compost is not ready yet. Maybe it will be ready for the fall. And then another 1/3 would be of garden soil. So potting mix with already pre-mixed fertilizer, cow manure and garden soil. I'm going to mix it together, fill the pots, and don't make my mistake, fill the pots here and then drag this pot where it should be. Put the pot at the place where it should be and then fill it with soil. Believe me, I used to do that stuff. And you know what? I do like to put the soil into my pots a little bit earlier than planting time. We do have our last freezing day for Zone 6-7 Connecticut here would be April 15th. So I still have some time. So I like to do this mixing in the pots a little bit early and let it sit for several weeks before I start filling them with plants. I think that's better for plants to begin with. So this plant is going to host my sedum right in that pot. I'm not going to replant it right away. I will just fill it with soil and let it stand. And then maybe in 2 weeks, I will do the replanting. I'm going to throw several leaves just to make sure that soil is not going to run out together with water. Sometimes people use landscape fabric cut into circle and they just put it at the bottom, and that's a very good protection from soil not to run on your deck. I don't really push soil in the pots. I let it settle on its own. So I'm going to fill the pots higher than I usually want it because I know that the soil will settle. Water will start settling the soil. And soon my pots would be ready for spring. I'm so happy that these boxwoods are overwintering so well, and they really don't bronze. These are Green Mountain boxwoods. But this job is done. My pots are all ready. In 2 weeks they will be ready to be planted. And I'm curious, how do you deal with pots through the winter? And what do you do with all those ceramic pots, which you need to store for cold winter? And what mixes you like to do for your potting? Let me know in the messages under this video. I will see you soon, and happy gardening.